Welcome to Homabay. Karibu sana.
Karibu boss. Ule muram wasangali de. Karibu sana.
Enough.
Yes.
Enough.
Yeah.
Calling devolution a bad name, so that along the way, there's a reason to kill it. In fact, had it not been for sharp problem, medical cover. Your Excellency,
Amounts. Your Excellency, to promote inclusion, counties, and they were called ethical hackers. They were coding, and the title of that was Hackers of Planning. I'd like to thank the COG Secretariat team, led by the CEO, Madam Mary Mwiti, and the entire Secretariat. They have made trips here, they have spent sleepless nights. I know that seeing that this conference has become such a huge success gives you great satisfaction. I'd also like the Lower Kahiga initiative, ensuring that our young children learn in dignified facilities. The hallmark of this initiative have been involved in development of projects like the Lower Kahiga and the affordable housing project. Our bursary, we have accumulated number of 81,860 beneficiaries. To complete by December, and a funeral parlor, which is already complete, to give our people a dignified send-off. Each of our 40 border circles across the 40 wards received 1 million shillings on grants. Devolution should be a key pillar. We commend the current administration for allocating 415 billion.
looking at this side, on that other side, we have Governor Julius Malombe out and were re-elected. Your Excellency, on the camp, because the speech that people are waiting for is your speech. The Prime Cabinet Secretary will be here so that he can speak before you. You are our chief guest. It has worked for Kenya. It has delivered. It has done its deeds. And with it ended devolution. With it ended Majimbo. Your Excellency, I'm reminded the second truth is that you are the father of devolution. And the last truth, Your Excellency, before I call the Prime Cabinet Minister.
Let me just talk to the issue that still remains a crisis across the board. And this is garbage collection, solid waste management. 12 years into devolution, we still grapple with huge heaps of waste, blight in our urban and rural landscapes alike, posing severe threats to public health, the environment, and indeed our national dignity. Let us look at this area carefully. Garbage is big business. It's big business. You all know it, your experts have told you about it. The question is, who is benefiting from this big business? Are we all losing? Sometimes how we manage investments and foreign investments in our counties is absolutely critical. Let me give you the example of a regrettable case in Meru County involving Leopard Rock Lodge. This was a luxury ecotourism facility which was built by a French investor at a cost of 500 million shillings. In 2019, the previous county administration, I'm not talking of the current one, I'm saying the previous one. That's why I said I mean no ill will. The previous county administration officials allegedly orchestrated forceful eviction of the investor, leading to the destruction of the lodge's infrastructure within Meru National Park. The investor, a French national, had legally leased the land and invested in this facility. But because of local politics, the damage was caused. This gentleman went to court. The courts ruled in favor of the investor, awarding compensation for breach of contract and unlawful eviction. The matter escalated internationally when the French embassy raised concerns with our national government, highlighting the damage to bilateral relations and investor confidence. Ultimately, in May 2025, the national government intervened at a cost of hundreds of millions of shillings, shifting the burden to taxpayers and underscoring how local missteps can impose national costs. So I thought this forum would be important for me to make a passionate appeal to Kenyans in all our 47 counties and leaders in all our 47 counties that competition for foreign direct investment is absolutely essential for growth, for employment, for revenue. And if we do not respect the rule of law in those counties, we cause a lot of damage, and the consequences can be very grave.
I want to propose that there be some incentives arrangements between the national government and the counties, through which the national government will reward those counties that deliver the best services in areas like poverty reduction, youth unemployment, and environmental conservation. We need to come up with more transparent and independent performance reporting at the counties that gives the public more access to data that it can use to evaluate the performance of their county against others. That data will enable citizens to know, for instance, where it is easier to start a business, access healthcare, do farming, move goods to markets, etc., enabling our citizens to make informed choices in their socio-economic activities. Our counties must move from being consumers of transfers to producers of wealth through county-led industrial parks, energy autonomy through solar, wind, and small-scale hydro projects, and smart agriculture hubs, among other areas powered by technology. The formulation of county integrated development plans must therefore be more serious and truly consultative, not mere procedures. Those CIPDs, DPs, must also be implemented to the letter with much more regular references to the people.
I normally wear my other hat once in a while to look at numbers. And in the past 11 years, we are now in the 12th, in terms of the consolidated figure of equitable share in revenue, county governments have received 3.6 trillion Kenya shillings. consolidated in the last 12 years. I will not go into the debate as to how you have utilized those resources. I think the best judges are the residents of your counties, and of course, the Auditor General, who from time to time is charged with the responsibility of scrutinizing how public resources have been utilized. Good policies are anchored on accurate and hygienic data, whether it is at the national level, at the county level, or even at sectoral level. I would want to urge that all county governments, if they can work systematically to strengthen their county statistical departments and capacity so that accurate and hygienic data can be generated so that we can have a strong basis, data-driven insights into the challenges that face all our counties. We also have a record that there are about 688 delayed projects across 34 counties, valued at about 24 billion Kenya shillings. And in 33, there are also about 40 unutilized projects in 10 counties amounting to about 400 million Kenya shillings. These are issues that we need to look at. And abandoned projects, abandoned or maybe neglected. In 33 counties, we get a figure of about 20 billion worth of abandoned projects. That, again, becomes a matter of grave concern and critical action from our leaders across the board. Perhaps I may want to provoke the leadership of the Council of Governors. Perhaps, if it is not already there, perhaps we can introduce a rewarding innovation and sanctioning mechanism for counties that prove themselves in terms of waste management. Perhaps you can create awards where the resource allocation is increased if a county can properly demonstrate that they are able to deal with the solid waste challenge effectively, and those that may not be able to do so perhaps can be sanctioned so that they can also pull up their socks and not pull the other counties down. It might be, especially in this era of climate-related issues which are in vogue and which are important, maybe we should start looking for the Green County of the Year, the one that really steps out and is able to demonstrate that they are managing this particular challenge and in the process benefit from an elevated allocation during the revenue sharing mechanism. The Honorable Raila Odinga and the late Mwai Kibaki brought together what we commonly call the Grand Coalition Government. In the Grand Coalition Government, I was assigned the role of being Deputy Prime Minister and also Minister for Local Government. And through the leadership and guidance of the Honorable Raila and the late Mwai Kibaki, I spearheaded the sessional paper on devolved government under the Constitution of 2010, and also to ensure the 6 primary pieces of legislation to anchor the process of devolution and to have them ready on time for the general elections was a difficult task. The Prime Minister was very clear then that we must deliver on ensuring that we get to the next general election with devolution properly anchored and ready to go. So we did that, and in that parliament, the sessional paper was approved, and attached to the sessional paper were 6 pieces of legislation, which today formed the basis and the foundation for the devolved system of government.